Tonight, the City of Covington will hear public comment and officially read a proposed ordinance for homeless shelters that would change how they run. Raven Richard is live outside the emergency shelter of Northern Kentucky. It is one of the shelters facing stricter requirements. Raven?
Hey, good evening. Yeah, so we did have a chance to talk with them just a couple of hours ago to get some comment on this upcoming meeting for tonight. Now, less than 2 hours is when that official reading of the new proposal will happen at City Hall. And now, we first showed you about this ordinance back in October. It raised a lot of questions throughout the community and for homeless shelters. And so now we'll learn in less than 2 hours if the parties were able to reach a compromise.
Key message from Covington City Manager David Johnston.
We have to strike a balance.
Issues surrounding homelessness in Covington continue to raise concerns for the city, shelters, and residents. The ordinance, first introduced in October, would set requirements such as how far shelters should be from schools, the operational hours, and the number of parking spots.
I know a lot of the community stakeholders and shelters are disappointed that the city is taking this action.
Since then, Johnston says all parties are working together to find a solution, even though he knows you can't satisfy everyone. Some propose changes.
What we're hearing from the communities is they'd like to see some more definition on what do some of the ordinance language say. Maybe we could make it tighter.
Kim Webb, executive director of the emergency shelter of Northern Kentucky, spoke to me by phone.
We submitted our comments and feedbacks, and there was a lot of feedback that was taken in this ordinance, and we're happy with the progress of it.
Now, some of the main focuses in the ordinance will include listing the names of all residents and staying open 24 hours a day. The emergency shelter is already in the process of opening a 24-hour facility later this year.
I don't know what it's like to run a city. I'm not, in the city government. What I do know is how to run a shelter. And that's where the two of us come together and have those conversations.
And of course, that meeting will happen at 6 at City Hall. That's where they'll have the first official reading. There is public comment period at the first 30 minutes of the meeting. After tonight, they'll decide on when that second reading will happen and when a vote will come. And that should be in the next coming weeks. Live in Covington, Raven Richard, 9 on your side.